All right, fellas, this is what we're going to do today. Got a buddy where I work, his wife, she collects honey pots. And we were talking, and he makes glass flowers. He melts down the glass, makes the flowers and everything. And so we worked out a deal. I'm going to make a honey pot for his wife, and he's going to make me some flowers for my wife. So I'm kind of confused on, well, I can't make my mind up on what I want to use here. I've got some hedge, it's probably ready to go. It's a little bit smaller. And I've got this piece of ash that I know is dry. But the problem is this ash is awful porous. And I think on the inside of that honey pot, I think the hedge would work better. It's not as porous. It will smooth out really good. This right here, it's hard. This ash is really hard to get it smooth, and I mean, it's just really porous stuff, it seems like. So I think I'm going to try to make one out of hedge, make it a smaller one, and I don't know, we'll see how it turns out. If that don't work, I'll maybe move to this ash, or I've got some cherry I can probably get ready to go. So I don't know, we'll try it with the hedge first, because that's some good looking stuff. So a lot of work. Let's get our sealer off there so we can make some marks. And no, I have never made a honey pot before, so we're just kind of wing it here. See what happens. Let's see. It's gonna be 2 1/8 wide, the widest spot. So let's make it. Let's see what's gonna look best. Want a little, you know, we want it taller than it is wide, so kind of like a woman. I better true up this end before I do anything. All right, now let's figure out what's 2 1/2 from there. Okay, right there. It's 2 1/2. That's pretty close. I'm gonna get on there. I'll get on there with some sandpaper and I'll fine tune it. I'm not good enough to fine tune it with a piece of metal. I'll fine tune it with a piece of sandpaper. Okay, that'll work. That's about what I want it. I will shorten up this top a little bit. When I come in to hollow that out, I'll take some of that lip off, and it won't be such a tall lip. It's like we might have some kind of crack develop. Yeah, we had some kind of crack right in there, but no biggie. No biggie. Let's see if I can get this hollowed out without screwing it up. I'm not very good, fellas. Not very good. I'm pretty lucky, but I'm not very good. And we're going to go at it with the big boy. This is what I'm used to using, and this is what I'm best with. Because, like I said, I'm not very good, fellas. Alright, got a little bit of light. You can kind of see in there. Still pretty rough. The bottom is all right. I just need to work on smoothing out the sides a little bit. And I'm not used to working with this hollowing tool. This is the first time I've ever used the hollowing tool, so I'm still learning. I better just quit messing around. I'm gonna screw it up. I'm going to get some sandpaper, see if I can't finish that off with some sandpaper. What I lack in gouge skill, being able to make up with in sandpaper skill. So. Now I'm going to put the word honey across here with my etcher. So that's the first thing I want to do is put the etch on there. I think I'm going to put a CA finish on the outside of this like I do my duck calls, and then I'll leave the inside for a walnut oil on the inside. That way, you know, it'll be food safe. But I want the shine on the outside of a CA finish. Alright guys, I found the font I wanted, and I've got honey on the side of it now. I did kind of screw up because to be able to put this in the laser I had to cut the end of this piece off, so I lost my tenon. And when I lost my tenon, there's no way to put this back in here exactly the same way, so I've got a little bit of a wobble. Not too bad of a wobble. I'll be able to finish it. It's just I don't know. It's just kind of a bummer. I don't like having it on there wobbling when I'm putting my finish and everything on it, but it'll be all right. And so you can see there's I had to practice, make sure I had the size right and everything. I always like practicing on something before I put it on the project, because you got one shot once you put it on the project. So what we'll do here is I'll go in here and I'm going to fill all these letters in with CA, and then I'll come and put the CA finish on it and it'll all be smooth. When I put a CA finish on here, I like it all to be perfectly smooth. I don't like to be able to see the indentions in the finish from these letters. I guess it goes back to when I painted motorcycles. You wanted everything perfectly smooth for your motorcycle finish. You didn't want to see, you know, little edges along your flames or anything like that. And I'll go ahead and I got this little bit of a crack here. I'll go ahead and put a little thin CA on that, just so it'll soak into there and you won't have to worry about that crack anymore. There we go. I'll just chisel the rest of that off there. Finish it up by hand. Alright guys, I guess I better turn the camera back on. I got a couple marks here. I think this is going to be the length of my honey dipper, and then the little honeycomb part or whatever on the end is going to be that big. I'm gonna go ahead and start with it a little big. That way, if something happens, I can knock it down in size. So. Alright everybody, I did get it done. This is the next evening, because last night I ran out of battery, ran out of time, and I ended up having to redo the finish on top of the lid a couple times to get the way I wanted it. But I got the way I want it now, so let me show you. Alright, there you go fellas. There's your Osage Orange honey pot. Color in that is just incredible. I put the honey on the front of it with my laser. This does not have a handle on the lid. I thought it looked better without a handle. So did the keeper of the bowls. She thought it would also. If you want to get the lid open, you just pull up on that, pull up on the dipper, and you can get it off that way. The dipper is made of cherry. It's got a walnut oil finish on it, along with the walnut oil finish on the inside of the bowl. CA on the outside, walnut oil on the inside. Same way with the lid. Now, I made this for a buddy of mine's wife, and he's making me some glass flowers for my wife. You just want to go ahead and keep this for yourself, huh?
I do.
Yeah, sorry. Maybe the next one. That's why they call her keeper of the bowls, fellas. She wants to keep them all. But there you go. There's the finished project. Guess that'll do it for today. I'll see you next time I'm doing something.